You know what? For the sake of closure, yes. Oh! It was worse than I could have possibly imagined. Within the folds of that rotten-smelling heavy fabric was the pale, dead figure of my darling wife. What struck me most was that she wasn't bloody or torn apart, rather she was covered in sickly green bruises and her windpipe had been crushed. The real horror there was that whoever had killed her had done so intimately, with bare hands. So this is what had been gnawing at the back of my mind this whole time, what I was afraid of. I thought about all I had seen, and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly, exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Maybe I would use some of Rachel's travel books and find some place to go. It was my wallet with its contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe somebody stole it from me. Wait. He was sleepwalking? He... Oh. Oh, God. Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? You know what? No. I don't want the main character to be the killer. No, there was no way that was me out there. I woke up in that house. Remember? I wasn't off in any damn forest. I wonder how much whether what the player chooses actually affects the story, or if it just affects um what happened, like his mind state. Oh, I already been in here. Okay, well, let's go. Couldn't leave. Not until I had thought about this some more. I needed answers. Oh, I need to look around some more. Okay. Yeah, okay. Need to make sure I was perfectly clear. Alright. Let's go back upstairs then. Do. There, that was decided. Oh, yeah, that was me deciding. No matter what, I needed some kind of escape. Yeah, I just wonder what to the degree this is choose your own adventure. Within the few broken pieces that remained of that mirror, I could see my face had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look again. It was like I didn't actually expect a reflection. It felt empty and drained. So I just got to relook over everything again, I guess. The reflection in that grimy glass was only a shadow, a whisper. I still loved the old-time charm of that claw-footed bathtub, though it seemed like cold comfort then. Oh yeah, there it is. It was the keycard I found in the factory, the one that allowed me to slip through that door. It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's, but if that was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? Oh! I can set this up so that it was Norman. Maybe I can set it up. But then, how would he end up dead? Oh jeez. No. I don't think it was Norman. Somebody else was using that locker room, but who? So I guess I can kind of, like, choose who the killer is? And if Rachel's even dead. I wonder how much that changes. I really want to play this again, because, I want to find out how much the game changes if you don't find Rachel. Or maybe Rachel is the killer then. I don't know. Laptop had finally run out of power. Well, it doesn't help me then. Oh man, this game's pretty awesome. I'm enjoying how the depth to this the more and more I play it. Okay. Oh, I never noticed the safe there before. I used to keep tax records and other important documents in it. I used a digital passcode lock. Did I try to open it? Yeah. Oh, I don't know the code. No, that wasn't it. Damn, I couldn't remember. I leafed through the notebook I had taken from the forest, and it were the names that had been written down. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. Those poor girls. Were they victims of the same person who had killed Rachel? I wondered what happened to the other names on that list, or the ones scratched out on the desk in those wet tunnels. Yeah, I don't know the safe. Yeah. No. I didn't think it was important at the time. Yeah, I don't know what the code is. Wait. Oh, Rachel's only 6 digits. Did I go in here already? No. From now on, I'd have no one to get angry with me for stupid things like buying this TV. It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. I guess I was ready to face the truth now. I couldn't go back into that room again. Okay, then what's down here? I needed to put an end to this situation one way or another. Okay, but there's nothing down here. There would be no more dinners here, no more chit-chat over breakfast, at least not for us. Okay, so what do? This was it. With Rachel gone, I couldn't stand to be in that house a moment longer. Did I leave and say goodbye to that nightmare forever? Oh, man. I really want to know more. I wasn't sure it was my place to leave. Maybe my fate was best decided another way. Yeah. Wonder what happens if I go to my backyard. I must have locked the door. There was no reason to return to the backyard anyway. Right. There's nothing in the basement that I can do. Yeah, I need to put an end to the situation one way or another. Yeah, I really want to know how much this game changes. Like, depending on the other stuff you do. I wish I could remember the key to that, or I wish I had found out the code to that safe. The man in that house, was he responsible? When I woke up, I had found him dead already. Yeah. Couldn't remember. I gotta figure out what the code could be. Because I really have no clue. Yeah, I can't use the laptop. Yeah, made up your mind. I'm really stuck. Yeah. I really have no idea what to do. The safe is the only thing I don't know. So how do I find the passcode to the safe? that had been left running. Okay. Yeah, I really have no idea what to do here. It almost seems like it would have been easier just to decide that I was the killer. And I killed my wife for cheating and killed all those other girls for similar reasons, I guess. Yeah, there's the room with the TV. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to keep like bumming around the same rooms, but I have no idea what to do. Alright, I'm probably gonna jump cut this a little bit, so you don't have to watch me aimlessly wander around the room some more. I'll be back in just a little bit. Whoa, okay, jump cut. Alright, so I did find the code, and it turns out the code is in the manual for the game, the PDF manual that you can view on Steam. Whoa, talk about cryptic. I'm not even sure if what is in here is important, but let's find out. The code worked. Pulled open the small safe door and peered inside. There was a photo in there of Rachel and I when we had first moved to town. In it, we were smiling outside the front of the house, which looked like a real mess. We looked happy, though. Odd, I couldn't remember who took that photo. Inside the safe was also an envelope. The front of it read, "Do not open until I tell you." I guess this was a good time as any to see what was inside. Did I open the envelope and read what was inside? Yes. Tore open the envelope and removed the yellow lined paper inside. On it was a letter written in a hand that looked familiar. The letter read, "I know this whole event has probably been pretty difficult. You can't imagine how hard it's been for me, too. Well, maybe you can. That isn't meant to be an excuse, but, well, I hope you can better understand why I've done what I've done. Moving to this town seemed like such a dream, a quiet place to get established, to live out our lives, and to be together. But you know as well as I do that things quickly changed. Your drinking was one thing, but as you grew more distant, as you retreated into that world of yours, well, it was clear you didn't need me as much. In fact, maybe you never needed me at all, but it took all this time to make you realize. In the end, though, you may never forgive me for this. You may never forgive yourself, but this is probably for the best. You'll be healthier for this. I'm just sorry it had to happen this way. Rachel." Well, that's the last thing in the house. I don't think I can go into the basement anymore. I still don't think I can go in there. Yep. Alright, well, I guess it's time to quit. Or at least to leave the house. Quit looking around. This was it. With Rachel gone, I couldn't stand to be in that house a moment longer. Did I leave and say goodbye to that nightmare forever? Yes. Since I had arrived in town, things had been difficult. Working in the plant, though, had been good for me. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. Drinking was probably just a way to deal with that. It was almost as if I was trying to beat my brain at its own game. Things stopped making sense to me things stopped making sense to me after that, and my memories of what happened are still in flux. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was a final act of a long-standing horror I'd been living. Waking up in that house thought tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. Even the man I had found in that old place was a mystery. Why was he dead, or who had done it to him? Was not something I could even why he was dead or who had done something to it. Who had done it to him, was not something I could even begin to understand, or why, for that matter, I was in that damn room in the first place. It was clear, at least, that Norman had been going back to the old plant. Maybe he was the one who had boarded up that locker room, who had been drinking up there in that secret hiding place. So, had he killed the guard then? He must have. Maybe he was found out, or the guard caught him on patrol. Jesus, Norman, why? I had to catch my breath to take it all in. Up until the factory, things had only gotten worse, but then I had seen something even then I wouldn't have expected. When I went to Norman's store, that's when my perspective on all this really started to change. Norman was dead, but I had no idea what had happened to him. Finding Rachel's things at his store, though, had been the ultimate shock. I would get no answers now, but that didn't stop my head from reeling with questions. But as painful as all that was, oh God, I couldn't bear to think about it again. After all I had done and seen, finally coming home was supposed to be the end to this entire ordeal. God help me, though, it was only the beginning. As I swung open the door and stepped out into the air, I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife. Just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. For the front lawn was soft and giving beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I wouldn't stand there, that I shouldn't stand there, but rather that I should run. Okay, well, guys, that is home. Some really deep shit there going on. We still really don't know what happened. It can kind of be speculated that, from all the clues, that it was, it was home dude that killed his wife. But really, like, I don't know. If I had decided that I'd been to those places before, would my ending have changed? I'm not sure. I really want to find out what happens if I don't see Rachel's body there, or some other stuff. Home is dedicated to my wife Nancy. Watch your back. That's clever. I don't know. I'm not gonna do another playthrough in the Let's Play because it's kind of redundant. But I really suggest you guys check this out. Although you've probably seen the bulk of the game, so yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna check that site out. That looks pretty cool. I have a feeling this game's not meant to be conclusive. That you're sort of supposed to speculate on what happens based on the answers you picked and just based on what he says, what the clues are. So I don't know. But that was home. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. See you later.